Okay, you ready to go live?
No, hold on. Your stream key. There we go.
Should we go live?
Wait, live streaming.
We can say we do our little thing.
Hold on. That should be open. Okay, I think we're live on YouTube. Let me just go
9, 8, 7,
producer. Let me go
6.
Go live. Hold on, what is it? Taste. Let
2,
me give it a title. Taste.
1.
Go live. There we go. Okay.
Doesn't say we're live. Doesn't say we're live. Doesn't say we're live. How do we go live? Hang on. How do we?
We're live on everything else.
Look, you just push that button. It says checking connection. It says you're live.
Chris?
Do you know? Last night. Hey everybody. Oh, that's good. Hello. Oh, you know what? It's very. If you give us a little wave or a little hello, instantly that allows us to relax a bit. Do you know, Chris, how much sleep I got last night? Almost none. So at about 4 o'clock in the morning, I woke up having had a really terrible anxiety dream where I had pushed to go live on Instagram in the middle of the night. I'd then been snoring really loudly, and then the #1 BBC News story in the whole country was that I was live on Instagram snoring, and that was like the 6 o'clock news was Dr. Zahn in bed, and they were cutting to the live
Did they say it
feed.
was snoring, or did they say it was farting?
It was all kinds of things that I was worried about, and I genuinely was in a panic. We got a lovely message from Kitty, daughter of Esther, who said that she was enjoying the broadcast, which is great, but that she particularly liked that it was an absolute fiasco. Well, we prefer to think of it as a farrago. What do you think, Chris?
A fandango.
It's certainly not. That's good. Well, we hope everyone is enjoying the fiasco-ness of it all.
I can't get the questions on Instagram yet, but I think they'll start coming in. I don't know. It's very difficult. We're not doing this with the whole This is what it reveals, is how much we lean on the production team. So
we should give a little shout out. So the production team, Maverick, make Operation Ouch. They give it to CBBC, and we could give a little shout out to Kez and Cheryl and Patricia at CBBC. Some of them are watching this, and then also at Maverick we've got Rom and Ria and Miranda and Eric and Jamie and Simon. Who am I forgetting? Once you start to do this, anyway, you're all brilliant, and so everyone should appreciate them as well, because this is what happens when they're not there.
We're going to do shout outs at the end, I think, just before we do our meditation today, so we don't shout out the whole way through, but we will be interacting with questions. I do enjoy Miranda's comment saying, "Hey, you're lice." We're not lice, Miranda. We're live, or live as Zahn prefers. We
do the introduction.
Oh, yeah. Welcome to Dr. Chris
and Dr. Zahn live. It's spelled live.
Now, we set a bit of homework, if you can call watching television homework, to watch the 3rd episode of Do Try This at Home. I had to re-watch it because actually I then had to go and look up quite a lot of the information in it, because we do try and pitch it at a reasonably high level. So we've got a little quiz. Doesn't matter if you haven't seen that episode. You can still answer the questions in the quiz, and of course we've got.
If you know them, you can answer.
We've got our disgusting food, so I hope you've all got your samples of healthy food, but that you don't like. Zahn and I are going to be eating grasshoppers. We've got our grasshoppers here toward the end of the show today. So healthy food. We're doing this experiment to see if over the course of a number of days you can learn to like food that you don't like, but that's good for you. Right. Question 1 on the quiz. Now, I prepared the quiz without Zahn. He's been at work. Can you give... I want you to all get your pen and paper. Question 1 is, can you give any other examples in nature of a muscular hydrostat?
Ooh!
Okay.
That's a good question.
Any other examples from nature?
Have you said what the example we're talking about today is, or are you just saying any? Because you said other, but they don't know what the other one, the original. What's the OG?
The original muscular hydrostat.
Are you going to tell them that? Or why? I tell you what. Why are we talking about muscular hydrostats? What is it? What does it do? Why do you care? Have you got one? Let's see what everyone says. Have you got, we see what people are saying now. Yeah. Here we go. So Carol says, here you go. Click on it, mate. It's there. Click on it. There you go. A what? Says Carol.
That's a good question.
Where's it gone?
Sorry.
but it was there a second ago. It was all right.
It's okay. It's okay.
Okay, Libby Dawson, shout out at the end. I did it too soon, Libby. I'm sorry. Eddie and Sam, you hate Brussels sprouts. Wait a minute, that's not an answer to the question. What about this muscular hydrostat question?
So we're gonna go. Will we see the baby Olga? We've got a physiotherapist calling this continuing professional development. We will be issuing certificates at the end. Okay. Adele has come up with an example. The reason we're asking about muscular hydrostats is your tongue is the main example in your own body of a muscular hydrostat. Okay, so a muscular hydrostat is a muscular bag just filled with water, where the main movement comes from squeezing the water and the fluid to a different part of the bag. So that's one of the main ways your tongue makes most of its movement. So tongue is a muscular hydrostat, and someone else has come. So we've got a few answers coming in here. Octopus
legs are a really good example as well.
Very good example. So if you think of those squidgy animals that don't have skeletons, we talked about skeletons a few days ago. If you think of squidgy animals without skeletons, almost all of them are muscular hydrostats. So we're going to be talking about the tongue quite a lot today.
Do you want to give... So an octopus is a muscular hydrostat, and a snail, they're both muscular hydrostats as
Jellyfish, starfish. I think a jellyfish and a starfish probably are, yes I would say so. I mean, these, Zand and I are not omniscient, but I think certainly a starfish
can have a guess.
Or Oliver thinks a giraffe has one. You are completely right, Oliver. Giraffes do have one because giraffes have very, very long tongues.
And I will post a video on the Facebook page and on the Instagram of a giraffe licking my face after this, which is quite disgusting but quite funny. And it's also worth saying, if you have a look at your own tongue, it's kind of extraordinary. You don't necessarily spend much time looking at your tongue because it's tucked in your mouth. So if you stick it out, one of the interesting things... Stick out your tongue, Chris. Stick it right out. One of the interesting things about your tongue is it's almost impossible to keep it still. So if you stick out your tongue and just try and hold it really still, stick it right out, Chris. Can you hold it still? It'll keep slightly wriggling and fasciculating and moving, and it kind of always wants to move. So your tongue is sort of primed to constantly be swallowing saliva, pushing food back, cleaning the inside of your mouth, all of these jobs. And so it never really stops wriggling around.
So coming up, next question on our quiz. You do not have to have seen the Do Try This at Home, but it will help. Is I want to know the name of the bumps on the surface of the tongue. And if you can tell me about the different kinds of bump, that would be even better. If you can give me the different names for the different sorts of bump, and then if you can tell me exactly what each of the 4 different kinds of bump on the surface of your tongue does, that would also be great. Now, Zan didn't write this quiz, so Zan, I'm going to get you to try and do this as well, because my bet is you won't remember this. If you have a parent at home who's a nurse, a doctor, an ENT surgeon perhaps,
a tongue scientist,
I would keep an eye on them, make sure they don't look it up, and see if they can name all the different kinds of tongue bumps and exactly what each one of them do.
Taste buds is a common thing that people are saying.
Lots of people are saying,
this is brilliant. Jenny, Louisa, Ray, Emily.
So
is a sea cucumber one? I don't know anything about it.
I think
it is, because a sea cucumber is
a muscular hydrostat.
It's not a cucumber.
So taste buds aren't the bumps on your tongue. That is not what the bumps on the tongue are called.
It's annoying because you think like a little bud would be like a bump, and it would be a taste bump.
The taste buds are found around some of the bumps on your tongue, but the name of the bumps is not taste buds. They have another name, and there's 4 different kinds. So let's see. We got more taste buds. So I'm going to be asking you more about taste in a moment, because we've got an experiment for you all to do at home.
So people are very sensibly, lots of people are saying the different kinds of bumps they're all taste buds, and they're sweet, sour, salty, bitter. So that's good knowledge. Those are the different tastes that you can detect. You do have those kind of taste buds distributed in different places in your tongue. But according to Chris, I didn't prepare, so I don't know the answers to this. Those are not the bumps. So when do you want to let people guess a bit more, or do you want to just tell them the answer? I feel like people are doing their best.
Someone gets
someone did. Look.
Someone did. Let's have a look
Charlie
at
and
YouTube
Zachary
as well.
have got it.
I feel we neglect YouTube
poor old
people.
YouTube people. Hello, people on YouTube.
Oh wow, we've missed 10,000
Oh
comments.
no!
Okay, Jake, I think a few people have said this. Jake says the tiny bumps are called
This is
papillae.
it's a very funny stream.
taste it.
It is very funny sitting where I mean, I guess you can see the comments as well, but half the comments are like really kind of accurate medical words, like, are these papillae? Are they different types of taste buds? What is a muscular hydrostatic? And then you've got people like, I think it was Zach saying, Brussels sprouts make your farts smelly.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong. So
One day you're going to be in medical school and there'll be like an interactive thing. It'll be a cool medical school of the future or a nursing school of the future or some kind of place of education, and you'll still be typing in Brussels sprouts make your farts smelly.
Shout out for Jasper, who doesn't like
That's
tomatoes.
good. Okay, come on,
So
Chris.
Jasper,
I don't know or they don't. Give me the answer. Come
so
on.
the answer is papillae. Many of you on YouTube have got this right.
Well done, people of YouTube. Yeah, you know, some Facebookers got it as well. We can't set the Facebookers against the YouTubers against the Instagrammers.
Zandy, how many types of papillae can you name? Is this unfair? This is a bit mean, isn't it?
Okay, I think you've got your major papillae and your minor papillae. Obviously,
No,
you've got
no.
your papillini.
What about the ones that look like
papillones,
mushrooms? The ones
the
that look like,
pepperoni.
the one that looks like a mushroom.
Can I guess it from the mushroom word? A mushroom is
It has the form of a mushroom.
what is a mushroom? Hang on, don't tell me. What's the word for mushroom? I can't remember anything now. I was honestly up late having this anxiety dream.
What type of life is
Fungiform papillae. Fungiform papillae.
Very good. So you've got fungiform papillae. So if
The most important 3 words in medicine are I don't know. And I'm trying to get better at saying them. If you're asked a question you don't know and you're a doctor, you just go, I don't know. Otherwise, if you try and make it up, you'll do something terrible.
So on the tip of your tongue, you've got the fungiform, which are a little bit like little mushrooms, and you've got some filiform ones. Now, the filiform papillae do not have taste buds.
Whoa,
but
Gabriel got that.
Go and look at it. Look at this. This is very good. I never know. So I hope no one's looking this up. I mean, I actually had to look all this up because I'm running the quiz.
Oh, no, people are being honest and saying when they've looked it up, but that's good.
Unami. Now, we got some unami questions. We're gonna come to that.
Good job.
We're gonna come to unami.
Yes.
So let's just go through the papillae.
Okay, papillae.
You've got 4 different types. You've got filiform, fungiform, circumvallate, and folate papillae. And of all of them, the filiform are the rough ones. So a big function of your tongue. Your tongue does loads and loads of different things, but one of the big things it does is grip food and help shove it down your throat so you can swallow. Swallowing starts at the tip of your tongue. And so if you get a cat, or mainly a cat, I guess is the most common thing, to lick your hand, you'll feel how rough the cat's tongue is, and lots of animals have these very rough tongues with spikes on them that help grab food and shove it down the throat. And that's particularly important if you're not an animal that can chew your food. So if we look at... Have I got a cat skull? I have got a cat skull.
Chris is a friend to all animals, and the cat skull is from a cat that had a happy life and a natural death.
It's it's from actually a very big cat. So if we look at the cat's teeth, we'll be looking more at this skull down the line, but you can see there are no chewing teeth. There are just tearing and ripping teeth. So cats tear off big chunks of meat and then just have to swallow them down. They don't get to chew things into a pulp.
Do you remember? I remember reading a story when I was younger about a guy who got attacked by a lion and he sort of got licked to death. Maybe this isn't a happy story to tell, but do you know about this? Like that, a big cat can really like tear you to pieces with its tongue. Anyway, maybe this is too frightening.
Licked to death. One of the big things about what we want to do in this series and in Operation Ouch and in our lives in general is teach you a bit about science. And the really important thing about science is a tool that allows us to distinguish between things that are associated and things that cause each other. So a good example might be science allows us to answer the question whether or not wet streets cause rain. Because the streets are always wet when it's raining, but do wet streets cause rain, or does rain cause wet streets? Now, in the case of the lion attack, was the person licked to death or bitten to death? I think I think there could be a
know where
cause and
you're going
effect.
with this.
There could be a cause and effect thing there. Maybe we shouldn't talk too much about being eaten by a lion.
Is it worth saying as well that your tongue, the fibrous bits on your tongue are always growing and renewing, and so if you don't eat a lot of vegetables, they can grow too much. You know, the vegetables, nuts, fibrous things like that wear your tongue down and keep your tongue nice and fresh and pink. And so if you were to just eat sort of gooey, sloppy food all day, if you were to just eat sort of mush all day, then the fibres on your tongue grow longer and longer, and they're actually made of the same stuff that your fingernails are made of. They've got a lot of keratin in, and that goes yellow as it dries out. And so sometimes if you wake up in the morning, you can see your tongue's a little bit yellow. That's from a dry tongue with all that fur on it is dried out keratin on the surface of your tongue. So and that smells bad, and it lets bacteria live in it and things like that. So eating your vegetable, what?
It's good. It's good. I'm enjoying this. I hadn't thought of this.
Eating your vegetables definitely sort of keeps all the cells in your mouth, keeps flushing them off and washing them off. So it's a good thing to do.
You got us off lion eating.
Well, that's all I can do.
So okay. So we've done the papillae. There are 4 different kinds. I mean, if you go to medical school, I don't think you will ever be asked the names of the 4 different kinds. But it's useful understanding. Some of them are rough. Some of them have taste buds, the bumps, particularly the really big ones at the back. You've only got about 12 to 14 of the really big ones right at the back of the tongue, and that's where they've got loads and loads of taste buds. Taste buds are very, very small, microscopic collections of cells around on the tongue, the papillae, that help you taste, and there are different areas for tasting all over the tongue. So the taste buds are around some of the papillae, but the filiform papillae, the rough ones, don't have any taste buds. Okay,
good. We've done enough papillae.
We've done enough papillae.
Now I just want to say a quick hello to Grace, a quick hello to Ewan, a quick hello to Huxley. There's quite a few here.
There are like 10,000. Can we do the shout outs at the end?
He doesn't like me to do the shout outs. Hi Claire. Someone's cat was called Aggie and asked for a shout out. I love my cat, and someone else had a 3-legged cat. That's great. That's
and there
lovely
was
to
an
look
Emily.
after your
I did want to say
3-legged cat.
hello to. We she's new to Ouch, and we just wanted to
Emilia.
say hello to Emily.
We love you all. We can't do all the names.
Can't keep up with this. Okay, next we've got. So next question in the quiz is muscles of the tongue. Can you all write down with your pen and your piece of paper? This is really hard. Zan's going to have a go at it too. Can you write down any of the muscles of the tongue?
Of course I can. If I had a pen.
Come on, you've got
a pen.
Holding a pen. He's holding a pen right here. Come on, have a go.
Okay. I'll tell you what. I'll give you a clue.
And when we talk about the muscles of the tongue, let me, while everyone's thinking, see if we can come up with some names. So, okay, we've got Year 3 at Goldstone Primary School.
Eloise, hello.
That's a shout out that gets us a lot of names for one shout out. Let's have a go at the muscles of the tongue, because there are 2 kinds. While you're thinking of the names, there are 2 kinds of muscles in your tongue. There are the intrinsic ones and the extrinsic ones. And the extrinsic ones are attached to all the bones around here at the base of the skull and around the jaw, and they help stick your tongue in and out mainly. And the intrinsic ones are muscles that are just inside the tongue, and they help it change shape. So if we look at this model of a chimpanzee skull, which we have just here, okay?
Is it a model?
Yeah, it's a model. So we can have a look at where the tongue attaches on. So if I show you the bottom of the skull, okay, so this is the front of the skull there. You can see that. You're looking in the nose. There's the jaw opening. And so on you, it's very similar to a human skull. If we turn the jaw up like that, Zan, put your head up, okay? The tongue attaches this is the hole where the spinal cord goes into the brain there, okay, the foramen magnum. There are 2 little spikes here on the temporal bone, and the tongue attaches there and here, and there's a little bone in the throat there. So the tongue has loads and loads of attachments to the bones there, and there are 4 main muscles that attach it to the bone. Okay, we've got a genioglossus from Debbie. That was.
I think these questions are. I mean, look. What I can do is I can say there are 2 kinds of muscles, because some of them end in the word hyoid bone. Some of them end in glossus, because glossus means tongue. And you've got like omohyoid and myahyoid, and myahyoid just means muscle hyoid. So and then you've got something glossus, megaglossus.
You're going to confuse everyone. Okay. The muscles are palatoglossus, styloglossus, genioglossus,
styloglossus.
Styloglossus.
That's the coolest muscle.
And I'm going to actually have to look at my...
Genioglossus is the cleverest one.
Styloglossus, Hyoglossus,
Palatoglossus is the only one that's in Star Wars. What was the other one? I can't remember.
Genioglossus.
It's like the Spice Girls, but more boring.
So we all names in medicine have a logic. Glossus is what language for tongue?
Greek.
Very good. Latin for tongue is lingua, which is where we get language from. And in fact, I don't know if we have anyone who speaks Greek, anyone who's watching from Greece, you will know that the modern Greek word for tongue, I believe, is also glossa. So in anatomy come from Latin or Greek from when that was the main language, the sort of common language that medicine was taught in 400, 500, 600 years ago, and even before that. One is a hyoglossus. Can we get a shout out for
Where you're in New Zealand, I think. Oh no, wait, I can't. The flag is very small, and I can't tell whether it's Australia or New Zealand. It must be Australia.
Nuriutpa Primary School.
Nuriutpa Primary School.
Wonderful.
We think in Australia. I'm terribly sorry if you're in New Zealand, but we reckon you're in Australia.
Big shout out for Sam, Ivy, Leo. So those are the muscles of the tongue. Loads of people getting them right, which is really good. I mean, this is not easy stuff. Let's have a look. How are the guys on Facebook doing? We are Greek. So
hey!
Nice. Did I get it right? I'm from Greece and I speak Greek. No, I noticed no one's saying we got it right.
So you're right or not?
Shout out.
So Chris, talk a little bit about how the muscles of the tongue work, because the thing to remember in your tongue, if you imagine if you see a simple diagram of a head chopped in half, you often think your mouth is a sort of hole in the middle of your head, but it's not. If you close your mouth, your tongue fills your mouth virtually completely. There's actually really no space in your mouth at all. So your tongue is a sort of, you think of your tongue as being like a little, flap coming out of your mouth. In fact, your tongue is more like a tennis ball of muscle in the middle of your face. So some bits attach to the bone, some of the muscles just attach to each other. But as the muscles on one side contract, they can pull the tongue around, squeeze the tongue. So you do it, Chris.
So get your grown-ups to stick their tongues out, have a look at them, look at the bumps, get a magnifying glass if you can, or a lens, or you can zoom in on their phone, take some pictures of tongues, and do send the pictures of your grown-ups' tongues to our Insta accounts, Facebook, wherever you want to send them.
If they say it's okay.
Yeah, even if they don't. And have a look at how your own tongue moves. And you can feel under here, the muscle you feel under your chin. If you look on the chimpanzee, through there, everything you feel under your chin is all muscle, and those are the muscles of the tongue. So I want to move. We're really. Can we also say?
Can we also say? Everyone always wants to know about, can you roll your tongue? Who can roll their tongues? Chris and I can roll our tongues like that. You can roll your tongue into a little tube, though, can't you, Chris? We can both do it. That's quite common. Some people can turn their tongues into an amazing sort of 4-leaf clover or 3-leaf clover appearance. We can't do that, but we can flip them upside down. And there's a big story that these things are all genetic. Now, and so you go, oh, well, there's a gene for being able to roll your tongue. But when you study identical twins like me and Chris, we have the same genes, we have the same DNA in our cells. We're sort of the same person in some ways. And yet, actually, when you study a big group of identical twins, just because one twin can roll their tongue doesn't necessarily mean the other one can. So it's not completely genetic. If you practice, you might be able to learn how to do it. But I would suggest that you try and learn something else more useful, like breakdancing.
Can we do a quick safety thing? A few people are asking about the little bit of skin under the tongue. Son, if you get right in and show it, that's called the frenulum. And someone very cleverly asked, is that to stop you swallowing your own tongue? And that is pretty much right. One of the things you learn, if you do first aid training or you see Operation Ouch, one of the really important things if someone can't breathe or they're lying down is you shove the jaw forward and that lifts the tongue away and you extend the head. So practicing moving the tongue away from the airway. You need to take a first aid
course to know how to do this, but certainly you do want your tongue held in your mouth. So the frenulum is doing some important work.
So I think we want to. I just want to do a little shout out.
Good job teaching yourself.
This is an important shout out to Chelsea from Edinburgh. We just want to say a big shout out to you for reasons that you will know. We're very, very pleased that you like watching Operation.
You're a special person.
Thank you for watching. I also want to say hi to my friend Sam's kids. He's been very supportive, so it's nice to hear from them. Okay, I think we're going to do. It's time for movement of the day.
Here we go, movement of the day. And because I came from work, I actually don't know what the movement of the day is. Chris, what is the movement of the day?
It's, standing up on tiptoes to give your grown-up a kiss. We're just going to practice that to be. We're going to incorporate the be nice to your grown-up bit. So Zardy, we're going to do all the movements of the day. So get your grown-ups ready to join in with the movements. We're going to do the dog weeing against the lamppost.
I'm going to be cameraman.
We're going to do the fart squats.
Here we go.
We're going to do the snow angels.
Here we go.
No, I wouldn't mess around with the cameras. Don't mess around with the cameras.
Last time it messed it all up.
Just go wide on this. Go wide. There we go. We can go wide. And I'm just going to stand here. Maybe you can tilt. Maybe you can fiddle with the Insta one. Okay, here we go. Right.
No, I think it's going to be all right.
Okay, you're gonna. Okay. If you want to have a go, Okay, we're doing
I'm
dog.
Have to sort of improvise it a bit, I think. Here. I'll do it like that.
Dog weeing first. 5 on each side. 1, 2. You can make a little wee sound while you do it.
What does that sound like? Oh, hang on. Instagram can't see anything at all. Here, this is terrible. Sorry about this. I'll tell you what. I think I've got to be.
You direct.
Okay, come on, Chris. There you go. You've done 5 on each side.
Okay, wait.
That's good. Everyone's doing it with you. Come on.
1.
There you go.
Count me.
2.
Make it little dogs.
They don't. Dogs don't bark when they wee. What's he talking about? Making little squirting noises. I'll try and I'll do some sound effects properly.
Okay.
Okay. Good.
Bum's hurting a bit. Now we're doing squats.
Here you go.
10 squats. Try and get your thighs.
I won't make any farty noises today.
Horizontal.
Oh, come on, Chris. It's disgusting in here.
3, 4. Oh,
good job.
You can hear my knees.
Oh, his knees are cracking. It's absolutely cracking, Chris. I don't know if you can hear the noise, but it's pretty creaky in here. Now, squats, remember, are really good for you because they help you get out of a chair. So if you're someone who can use your legs and can stand up, doing squats helps you stay well. Okay, what's the next one? Now, this one is we love this one because it hurts where you're not expecting it to hurt. You think it'll hurt in one place and then it hurts in another. Okay, keep lifting it. That's good. Keep going, Chris.
So with all of these...
Molly and Joseph and Lucy.
With all of these, what you're trying to do is only move the body part that we're doing, okay?
Keep moving it.
Get your balance.
Holly.
Don't be swaying around too much. Try and make it a really elegant moving. Those of you that can...
Tasha.
Stop it. How many have I done? 99.
I'm trying to do the shout outs at the same time. Jay Atkins.
And then today we're just doing really simple, standing on your tiptoes. Okay, we're just going to go up. Today we're going to do it on both feet. Okay, so just stand there. You can do it on a step if you want.
The same.
All of these count 1, 2 as you go up, hold at the top, and 1, 2 as you go down. Okay, 3. See if everyone can do 10, 4, 5, 6.
Seems like a small one, but it's really good for balance.
7.
It's really good for helping you think about yourself. It strengthens your calves. Does your tongue get stronger when you talk? Good question. Dexter and Fletcher from Poole. Hello.
So
Ethan and Idris and Hinton.
That's good. Okay, movement of the day is done.
Brilliant work.
And we are left with just saying...
You've taken my chair.
Oh, I did take your... Sorry, I did take your chair. Sorry.
Come on, here we go. Come on, Chris. Maddie and Caroline.
Chore of the day. Your chores.
Oscar.
Chore of the day. We've got Dino chores. This is the new bit of the show. We've got the... You want to show the Dino chores?
Yeah, okay. Dino chores is where...
Dino chores.
Here's an easy thing to do that makes everyone... I tell you what, everyone thinks you're an... It's a great way of fooling people into thinking you're a good human and an organised person. There's dinosaurs in bed, okay? And then the dinosaur gets out of bed... And then the last thing he does before he leaves his bedroom is pull the covers over. Making your bed is really easy. It makes it a lot nicer to get into. Makes the whole room look tidy. And it makes everyone think, oh, what a well-raised, well-behaved child. You can get away with murder for the rest of the day. Not actual murder, if you make your bed. So it takes literally seconds to do it. And then when you've done it, you can also then... that's it. Actually, it's just 1 chore per day. Dino chores.
Can I just say, my mummy, this is from Jacob 11, my mummy did it while she was ironing. My daddy sat on his lazy bum upstairs working. He is lazy.
Jacob in Mill Isle, thanks for playing the cops and informing on your parents. That's what we love.
Yeah, we don't like too much of the dad cliches. I'm sure there are mums out there as
Willow!
well who have not made their bed.
Georgia, Jacob, Eleanor.
Tomorrow we want you to watch episode 4 of Do Try This at Home, which is eyes. Okay, we're going to be talking about eyes, so watch that. See if you can do the Do Try experiment. People are asking about the baby. You may have seen my wife Dinah sneak out from behind the camera to go and get the baby.
We might be getting the baby.
We may or may not get the baby today.
Adara.
We may not get the baby. The baby
missed
one day. You're just
I'm
going to have
sorry.
to keep tuning in if you want to see the baby.
Hello. Here.
Hi, love.
Hello, baby.
Hi, love. Hello. You okay?
Uh-oh.
Is Dad?
Uh-oh.
You're still a bit nervous of Uncle Zandy, aren't you? Here we
What?
go.
Oh, because I did a big... I frightened her yesterday. Sorry about that.
What's
That's
going
really
on?
nice, isn't it?
You want to say hi to everybody? So, Sashi, maybe you can come and help us one day explain more about bones. Sasha has a lot more bones in her body than Dr. Zand or me, and we may...
Uncle's aunt.
Uncle's aunt, and we may get.
Hello.
We may. No, you're making her nervous. You're making her nervous. Please don't do that. So we may use Sasha to explain about bones. Can I?
Yeah.
Oh, we can do. You know what? We can do the rest of it. You're going to make her cry.
I'm not going to make her cry.
Let me have a go.
She loves her uncle.
Let me have a go. Okay, so we've got the announcement. So we've got homework for tomorrow, episode 4 of Do Try This, which is on eyes. If you can have a look at that. Season 9 of Operation Ouch is coming up next week. We're going to shout out for that every day. And the final thing...
He never does this well.
The final...
Season 9 of
Hold on,
Operation Ouch!
Final thing is eat
Oh,
your
have you got
disgusting
your foods? I've got a rather unpleasant little bowl of...
Lyra has eaten
She's eaten
most of
the
your grass. And my other
grasshoppers
daughter
anyway. All I've got is a little,
Here, look, have
this
some more,
little
have some
bag
more.
of wings. What? Oh, hang on. It's all right.
Well,
I've
Sashi,
got
do you wanna
enough
try
grasshopper here to do it. Here we go. So I've got my bit of grasshopper there. I'm going to eat that. I don't love it, if I'm honest. It's not working on me yet, Chris. I haven't rushed out and bought more grasshoppers.
I've got that.
I don't mind it, but I'm a bit squeamish about it.
It's a bit buggy. It's a bit buggy.
I never I didn't grow up eating insects, so it still grosses me out a little bit, but I can do it.
So the final thing is to finish with our meditation. Let's do a couple of shout outs. We're a little bit over. Let's do just a few quick shout outs.
Emily and Bailey.
Emily and Bailey, Pepper, just run through them as quick as we can. Bring
okay.
all of your America. We'd love to send them all to Netflix in America, but we can't. The baby is cute. That's lovely to hear. Let's zoom up, find some shout outs. Max and Elsa from
Instagram. Rudy and Jean. Alex on Insta. Sam.
Oh, let's go to YouTube. Some shout outs. Can I have a shout out?
Lucinda. Ashling.
Afra.
Frederick.
Chester. It's his birthday. Happy
Ewan
birthday,
and
Chester.
I'm so sorry. Is it Ellie?
Amaya and Jarvis.
I'm so sorry.
Just keep going. Just keep going as
I
fast
get
as
another
you
go
can.
at pronouncing the name.
We
Hannah and Nathan.
There are 12,000.
Lucas Sher. Oh no, can't say surnames. Lucas. Emily from Cardiff, or Emily Cardiff if that is her name, but I don't think it is. Louisa. Lewis.
Jessica from Kent.
Oliver.
Thomas.
Kennedy.
Neurotopia. We've given a shout
Sasha.
out.
Musa. Asa. Khadija.
Little Sutton Primary
Isa.
School. They're doing a great job managing the key worker children and managing
Gracie.
the children that have to work offline.
Erica and Lars. Naomi. You're the best. Oh, thanks
hold
for
on.
the shout out.
So, big shout out to St Philip's Primary School in Cambridge, UK.
Freddie, who is 6, good age to be 6. Abby
Alice.
and Lissy, we love you too. William and
Karina,
Maisie,
Rena, Rose.
Jessica, Dylan and Luke,
Oh.
Debbie and Harry,
Tom.
Daisy,
Tom in the Netherlands.
Rose.
I think that's all we got time for today.
Molly.
We're going to finish with our meditation.
We've got to do our meditation.
I'm going to meditate with the baby.
You're all brilliant. I'm sorry if we didn't get your name. We'll just keep trying to do it. Connor, Megan and Seth.
Okay, Nazandi, I'm going to show you how to meditate. I'm going to meditate here with Sashi. See if you can do it too. So the point of this, every day we're going to try and meditation. What you're really focusing on is not following your chains of thought. Just always bring your mind back to your breathing. And we're going to do it for a minute or so. So everyone, I want you to get really comfortable. Feel your pulse. We've taught you how to do that the last few days. Zandi, show everyone where the pulse is. You've got that dot there.
So there you go.
Feel it on your necks.
Going along, I put a dot on my arm yesterday, but of course I've had a shower, so it's gone. But if you feel on your wrist there with a couple of fingers, and sometimes it's helpful to push firmly in, and then release the pressure a bit, and you'll feel that blood vessel thrusting away, pounding away as your heart pushes the blood along it. That's what you're feeling is your heartbeats there. And it's a good thing to be able to find a pulse. It'll be helpful.
So let's sit back. Everyone shut their eyes. I might have to juggle Sashi a little bit so she's here. Shut your eyes. Get your grown-ups to shut their eyes. And everyone's just going to take a minute out of their day to just focus on their breathing. If you want to make a little effort to think about something you love, someone you love, a place you love. Breathe in through your nose. And out through your mouth. Just relax your muscles. And you can do this when you put to bed at night, a little bit of boring breathing before you go to sleep really can help send you off.
If you do it, if you breathe in for a count of 5 seconds and breathe out for a count of 10 seconds, if you can do it. If you do that 7 times, I bet you'll be asleep at the end of it. That's what works for me. It does.
Okay, super nice to see you all. We're going to say goodbye now, and we will see you tomorrow.
Brilliant. Thank you so much for watching.
Is it Friday?
It's Friday today.
We'll see you on Monday.
Weekend.
We'll see you on Monday.
A lovely weekend. We'll see you